Right now at 10, why the homeless population in the Cooley region is decreasing.
And the GOP's leading candidate for U.S. Senate appears to soften his stance on a major national issue.
Plus, the city of La Crosse has a public meeting about a possible new trail connecting to Minnesota.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
A former Menominee School District employee accused of having sex with a student is bound over for trial. 22-year-old Quentin Williams faces 3 felony counts of sexual assault of a student. Each count carries a maximum of 6 years in prison if convicted. In court today, a Dunn County judge found probable cause a crime was committed. Williams is out on cash bond, though he cannot have any contact with the victim or any unsupervised contact with minors. His arraignment is April 29th.
La Crosse County State Senator Brad Pfaff is running for re-election. The Democrat is seeking his second term for the 32nd Senate District seat. The Onalaska native in 2020 narrowly beat former state Senator Dan Kapanke in a record-spending race that denied Republicans a Senate supermajority. In a campaign announcement today at Sprout Early Learning Center, Pfaff says he'll continue to fight for working-class families. He says state government needs to support child care providers, public schools, and a women's right to choose.
We need to expand Badger Care so more people can get access to the health care that they deserve. We need to cap the price of insulin. We need to invest in manufacturing and technology. I believe we can work together. I believe we can find common ground.
Pfaff's district looks slightly different under new legislative maps. The 32nd gains Sparta and the Galesville and Ettrick area, but loses Crawford County. A Marquette Law analysis says the old maps leaned 54.1% blue. The new maps project to lean 54.2% blue.
Wisconsin's leading Republican candidate for U.S. Senate is softening his stance on abortion. Eric Hovde says he would not vote for a federal law banning abortion, saying it's something states should decide. It's a deviation from former President Trump, who endorsed Hovde Tuesday and has suggested he would support a federal ban. When Hovde ran for Senate in 2012, he said he was totally opposed to abortion. With reporters in Milwaukee today, Hovde says he supports exceptions and a woman's right to make a choice.
I believe in the beauty of life. I think women early on in a pregnancy should have a right to make a choice. But I think there is a point where once a baby can be born healthy and alive, that's unconscionable that that baby could be terminated.
Now, Hovde did not confirm a number for where that point is, though the National Institutes of Health say premature babies born between weeks 20 and 25 have a varying chance of survival. He also reiterated his support for contraception as well as fertility treatments.
Students attending University of Wisconsin schools will be paying more for tuition. This comes after the UW Board of Regents voted unanimously tonight to raise in-state tuition prices by 3.75% next year. According to UW President Jay Rothman, the tuition hike is expected to generate about $39 million a year state system-wide, which will be used to combat rising costs. This is the second consecutive year of price hikes after a 10-year tuition freeze was lifted. Last year, tuition went up about 5% on average. Tuition for out-of-state students will rise as well.
A bill requiring Wisconsin schools to teach Hmong and Asian American histories is now law. Governor Tony Evers signing the bipartisan bill today at an elementary school in Wausau. According to the Hmong American Center, Hmong make up 12% of Wausau's residents. Under current law, Wisconsin is required to teach K through 12 grades Black, Hispanic, and Native American histories. The new law adds Hmong and Asian American histories to that curriculum. The governor says understanding the history of the Hmong culture can help us better understand our communities.
People just don't realize, we welcome people into this country as immigrants, but it ain't easy for them. And we just have to make sure that we learn from the past.
The state of Wisconsin has the 3rd highest Hmong population with 50,000 residents.
Well, another cloudy day in the books, but it looks like we are going to be seeing peaks of sunshine starting tomorrow, Greg.
Yeah, April showers bring, Mayflowers. So we had a rain, we've had the snow. We've had the cloud cover, but we're going to have more sun as we go through Friday and especially Saturday, but we do have more rain in the forecast too. But for right now, it's not too bad outside. 30 degrees at both locations. As you wake up tomorrow morning, upper 20s, some clear skies. We'll have clouds here and there. Still plenty of sun as we get it back up to the mid 40s with that light north wind. Otherwise, for Eau Claire, mostly clear skies starting off with a few clouds beginning to develop towards the noon and afternoon. Once again, still sun in the afternoon, but still some clouds, 45, and then we'll see there. Overall, if you look at the sky cover right now, we have seen clearing skies to the north, areas to the east still got that cloud cover, but that should erode a little bit away overnight. So generally, most areas will be waking up to partly cloudy or mostly clearing skies. Temperatures will continue to fall, as mentioned, into the upper 20s to low 30s, with a few areas getting a little bit colder than that. Otherwise, you're going to wake up with light north winds. You're going to see there's more cloud cover coming. We're still kind of under the influences of that, so we will see some. But as we go to Saturday, that's a little bit different story. And then, as I mentioned, we'll kind of break down if we have a drier weekend, which the second half is not dry. And then the eclipse with the cloud cover, everyone's going to be asking about that as we get to the afternoon of Monday. And then 60s, they're coming back, but every time we do a forecast, they get pushed back a little bit more. But I think we'll eventually see some.
Yeah, let's hope they stay put for a little bit.
We'll hope so.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Greg.
According to a survey by Cooley Continuum Care, the homeless population in the Cooley region is decreasing. Each January, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, through its Continuum of Care partners, conducts its annual point-in-time survey to count the number of unsheltered people in a community, and things are improving in the Cooley region. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall has the details. Jeremy.
Well, Emily, according to last year's point-in-time count, the number of unsheltered people in the Cooley region dropped below pre-pandemic numbers in 2023. Now, it's good news for those on the front lines of the fight to end homelessness here in the Cooley region, because elsewhere in the state, the numbers weren't so good. The report shows less people are experiencing homelessness in the Cooley region. Becky Koski with Cooley CAP says teamwork plays a major role.
Working together, I think especially the creation of the Reach Center in combining all of our resources and being able to more efficiently serve people has really been an opportunity to bring all of that work kind of in one.
Statewide, the number of homeless people has increased, Koski says. The resources La Crosse offers has helped the Cooley region buck the trend.
Folks are able to access services more easily there, that they're able to, talk to somebody, and whether it's through a program or maybe self-resolving, that they're able to get the services and support they need.
Services like housing and rental assistance programs. Although the numbers dropped last year, Koski says they're not taking their foot off the gas anytime soon.
Whatever the numbers may say as far as going down, there is still a need. That one individual homeless is still somebody that is a part of our community and that we need to make sure that we're helping to provide support for.
Now, despite the good news, Koski says affordable housing is still an issue in the Cooley region. Ken and Emily.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. Construction is underway for a new pedestrian and bike bridge in West Salem. Today, construction workers were able to start installing the bridge after bad weather delayed the project yesterday. The bridge goes over the La Crosse River near Veterans Memorial Park. The new bridge is part of a La Crosse County Highway Department's project to connect the Onalaska Bike Trail to the West Salem Bike Trail. The bridge installation should be done by the end of this week.
Tonight, the city of La Crosse held a public involvement meeting for a possible new trail connecting Wisconsin to Minnesota. The meeting allowed the public to share their input on the proposed wagon wheel trail, which would connect La Crescent to La Crosse. The trail would start at Sportsman's Boat Landing in La Crescent and connect to the Cass and Cameron Street Blue Bridges. The plan is to widen the sidewalk along Highway 1461 to allow pedestrians a safer alternative to travel between the states.
Right now, there's 4-foot unmarked paved lanes on US 1461. This would give bikers another alternative to ride on a 10-foot shared use path.
If approved, the city hopes to start construction on the wagon wheel trail in the spring of 2026.
Western Technical College is adding 2 new athletic programs this fall. The school announcing today that students will be able to participate in clay target shooting and powerlifting. Students in clay target shooting would compete once a week in the U.S. Clay Target League, and those who decide to pick up powerlifting are not required to compete, but if they choose to, they can do that through the U.S. Powerlifting League. This announcement coming after Western released a statement in January saying they are retiring their men's and women's basketball programs. Participants for either sport can be full or part-time students.
An ultimatum on the phone today. President Biden says Israel's latest airstrike is unacceptable. What's now changing in the region after that 30-minute call?
Everyone's vision needs are unique. At Shopko Optical, our caring team of professionals will work with you to ensure your vision is at its best. Shopko Optical can help you experience every detail, color, and breathtaking sight in clarity.
With tax return season upon us, shop and order now. Drive in and shop Wisconsin's best furniture store. Choose from our huge selection of sofas, sectionals, and recliners. Get one for Mama or Papa Bear. Awesome discounts on power reclining furniture with adjustable headrest, zero gravity, or lift. If your bed is getting tired, try out our hybrid, all foam, and double-sided mattresses with adjustable bases and frames available. Choose from our new and closeout dressers, chests, and nightstands to match. Celebrating 30 years of community and business. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Let River City Grill be your new lunch destination. Whether it's corporate lunches, parties, or events, we have the space and food for all of your gathering needs, big or small. We offer an all-you-can-eat lunch buffet from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. with unlimited soup, salad, pizza, wings, and so much more. There's something for everybody. Stop by the bar and pair your delicious lunch with one of our many beers available on draft. River City Grill, Winona, Minnesota.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
President Biden told Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that the Israeli strike that killed 7 aid workers in Gaza was, quote, unacceptable. He demanded change in Israel's approach to the war and called for an immediate ceasefire.
One change that takes effect immediately: all humanitarian decisions will be streamlined and made by just 3 high-ranking Israeli officials, including the Prime Minister. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry reports from Washington.
President Biden gave Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu an ultimatum about the war in Gaza. In a roughly 30-minute call, Biden said Israel must implement new steps to protect Palestinian civilians and aid workers or face the prospect of a change in U.S. support for the war.
If we don't see the changes that we need to see, there'll be changes in our own policy.
The warning comes as Israel tries to eliminate Hamas after the October 7th terror attack in southern Israel and prepares for a possible invasion of Rafah in southern Gaza. The White House released a statement saying Biden, quote, made clear the need for Israel to announce and implement a series of specific, concrete, and measurable steps to address civilian harm, humanitarian suffering, and the safety of aid workers.
Our policies with respect to Gaza will be dependent upon our assessment of how well the Israelis make changes and implement changes to make the situation in Gaza better for the Palestinian people.
In their conversation, Biden also told Netanyahu that an immediate ceasefire is essential and urged Israel to reach such an accord without delay. The call comes days after Israeli strikes killed 7 aid workers, including an American from World Central Kitchen, after they had delivered tons of food. Their convoy was traveling in a safe zone in marked vehicles, and the workers had registered their movements with the Israeli military. Israeli officials apologized, calling the killings a grave mistake. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
CBS News has learned that on the phone call, President Biden asked Netanyahu to allow more aid into Gaza right away by opening specific gates and establishing more safe routes.
Netanyahu has followed through, allowing the opening of the Erez Gate in the north for the first time since the conflict began, along with 2 other aid corridors.
Well, the most magical place on Earth might be getting a little more magical.
Disney World is announcing their largest ever renovations in just a few minutes.
We got more sun for your Friday and Saturday, but rain on Sunday. But what about for Monday and the eclipse? Yeah, we do have some clouds in the forecast. I'll break down what we expect. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
At By Goff and Rohde, we know reputation is important, and it can affect your case's outcome. If you want your case to be taken seriously, you need lawyers who are taken seriously. By Goff and Rohde, serious injuries need serious lawyers.
I worked as a truck driver for 36 years. And then one day I got this letter.
Your retirement will be cut.
Will be cut in half.
You don't forget something like that.
Every paycheck we put money away. But because of Wall Street greed, boom, it was gone. But Tammy Baldwin saw what they were doing and wrote a bill to save our retirement.
Then she fought like hell to pass it.
What Tammy Baldwin did for our families, you don't forget something like that.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Okay, hold on. I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore.
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment.
Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot! Shut up!
On GNT.
For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Now at Menards, get an 11% rebate on all of your automotive needs. Valvoline High Mileage Motor Oil is a synthetic blend for vehicles with 75,000 miles or more. Pick up a 5-quart jug for $18.99 after rebate. Get superior engine protection with Valvoline Advanced Full Synthetic Motor Oil. It helps maintain fuel efficiency and provides advanced protection from wear, friction, heat, and deposits. Get a 5-quart jug for $22.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, Dominic here. Welcome to Pleasney. Let me show you where the magic happens. We make all of our blends right here at the Pleasney store on Ward Avenue. From the careful measuring of ingredients, to the thorough mixing, to the filling, right down to the sealing, labeling, and packaging. Stop in, look over our selection of over 40 different blends, and try some samples at our Pleasney Outlet store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. Don't forget our great selection of gift ideas.
Is your personal injury lawyer trying to sell you a settlement that you don't think is fair? You need a lawyer who won't settle your case just to move on to the next one. Get the full compensation you deserve. Get By Goff and Rohde.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Disney is revealing some new details about its $60 billion expansion.
A Walt Disney World site official says the project will include a new 14-acre area within the Magic Kingdom.
He called it the largest expansion ever for the park.
But he didn't announce any themes, designs, or when it will open.
Vague indeed. Disney's $60 billion expansion also includes projects in other parks and cruises over the next decade. That'll be quite an investment.
Something to look forward to as someone who's never been, but also for someone who's been 20 times.
Yeah, about there, yeah. It'll be a new experience for me, which, which will be great.
Yeah, exactly, because you haven't seen a fresh landscape in a while.
Yeah, there's been a lot of consistency over those trips. Well, in the meantime, we've seen some consistency with cloud cover, but that could be changing in the near future. Let's get the latest from our chief meteorologist, Greg Barnhart.
Yeah, for a chunk of the winter here, we've had nice mild conditions all the way through about the middle of March. And then for the last 2 to 3 weeks, we've had cold, kind of cloudy conditions and more rain and snow. And we're going to see seasonal conditions come back. We should be in the low to mid 50s right now, depending on location. So that'll happen Friday, Saturday. But we do have rain. It looks definitely likely for Sunday, along with the winds. And then those showers continue on Eclipse Monday. Like I said, the cloud cover will be a play in the factor. We'll have to keep an eye on that in the afternoon to see if we can see the eclipse. But for tonight, we're going to lose a lot of that cloud cover. Some areas have already saw it. We'll see a little bit off and on throughout the night, but a lot of areas will be clear or just partly cloudy. See temperatures falling back down to the low 20s in the coldest spots. Otherwise, most areas will be in the mid to upper 20s to around 30 as you wake up with light north-northeast winds. Tomorrow, that northeast wind continues, so we will see more cloud cover off and on, especially developing in the afternoon. But overall, we still should see more sun. Temperatures get up into into the 40s for about noon, and then most areas will get into the low 50s by the afternoon hour. And Friday evening, we should have clearing skies and temperatures falling back down into about the 30-degree range. So in all, not a bad early April Friday evening. Once again, with light winds. Saturday looks pretty good. We're going to have that system out to the west, but ahead of it, that wind's going to start turning around from the southeast, so that should bump our temperatures up about another 4 to 5 degrees. And then we're going to be tracking that system. It's going to lift to the north with the low well into Nebraska. By the time we get to early Sunday morning, that's when we'll start seeing some of the showers maybe approach that line, western areas, and then during the afternoon, that is when that line's going to come through the area. That's probably the best chance of rain is going to be Sunday to early Sunday night as that comes through. Once it does, by Sunday night into Monday, this low begins to wrap up, pull north. We might have dry periods as we go into Monday and Monday afternoon. It just depends on how this plays out, where this low forms and where these bands rotate up. So by the time we get to Monday afternoon, about this time frame, we might have rain further north. We might have a little bit of break in clouds. That all plays a factor in the eclipse, but we definitely will have some rain from Sunday through about early Monday. There's your eclipse, 80% most areas, about down to about 70% as you go up towards Eau Claire and further north. Cloud cover right now, as I mentioned, the low is up to the north, so that's a better shot of seeing cloud cover. It improves as you go further south. Even better news for areas that have the 100% down towards southern Illinois and Indiana. It is trending to be clear, which is really great news for those areas that happen to see it. But for tonight, we've got some clearing skies too, pretty much partly cloudy, mid to upper 20s most locations, the lower 20s in the coldest areas. Tomorrow, most areas will get up into the 50s with light winds, more sun, still some clouds in the afternoon. And then as we go into Saturday, everyone should see plenty of sunshine, mid to upper 50s. Then everything changes for Sunday with the rain coming in Sunday night into Monday. Cloud cover will be the factor going into Monday afternoon. And then next week, we do tend to get into the 60s. But there's a little bit of low confidence towards the second half of that forecast due to, we could have a little bit of rain, 60s. It just depends how things play out, but it generally does look drier and temperatures more where they should be this time of year. But we'll track the clouds as we get through the weekend and see what that plays out. So good news, you want to go further southeast for the eclipse. It tends to look to be better clearing skies.
All right. Thanks for the update, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Twins were looking for a win in their home opener. Guardians in town for 3. Plus, the Holman girls soccer team took the field for the first time this season, and it was a very special night for one of the team's youngest players. Rob is next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
Get ready for the Spring Gift and Craft Show at the Onalaska Omni Center. Shop more than 100 of the best gift and craft vendors on April 13th and 14th. Entry is free, but we are accepting non-perishable food donations. Don't miss the Spring Gift and Craft Show.
We've all seen what's happening at our border. President Biden and Senator Baldwin's open border policy has brought more than 10 million illegal immigrants into our country. That's double the population of Wisconsin. Our country was already struggling to provide housing and health care to our citizens. And tragically, we're losing over 100,000 Americans a year to the drugs that pour over our open border. Their policy is wrong. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message, and I'll work to fix this problem.
It took 34 years to change this place from worn out to wonderful, slow and steady to keep overhead low. The same slow, steady growth has grown us to the best team of home improvement professionals in the region, over 80 today. Voted best to La Crosse because of exceptional quality and unexpected low prices. Whatever your next project, contact us today for a prompt free estimate. You have a problem, we have the solution. Better than you imagined for less than you expected. Contact the board store today.
It's big, really big. It's the Weekend Furniture Blowout at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. This weekend, for 4 big days, we've slashed prices on hundreds of items store-wide. Sofas, sectionals, and recliners from Flexsteel, Decor Rest, and Smith Brothers. Bedrooms and dining rooms from Daniels Amish and Canadell. Plus the area's finest selection of leather from Stressless and Lazy Boy. You'd better hurry. You won't see furniture of this quality at these prices again. The Weekend Furniture Blowout. It's this weekend only at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
Get ready for the Spring Gift and Craft Show at the Onalaska Omni Center. Shop more than 100 of the best gift and craft vendors on April 13th and 14th. Entry is free, but we are accepting non-perishable food donations. Don't miss the Spring Gift and Craft Show.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
The weather here in the Coulee regions made it pretty tough for our spring sports athletes to find their groove so far, but it was a great night for some soccer, and the Holmen girls soccer team took the field for the first time this season. Let's go to the pitch at Logan High. Vikings taking on Logan Luther. Holmen off to a hot start. First half, Olivia Schneider weaving through traffic. Her shot's blocked, but Kinsley Newman's right there to clean it up. Vikings strike first, take a 1-0 lead. Then later in the half, it's Lydia Sater looking to double Holmen's lead, but a great save keeps it a 1-goal game. But the freshman right back at it. And check out this shot from Sater, an absolute missile. Finds the back of the net. First career goal for Sater at the varsity level. It's 2-0 Vikings, and Holmen keeping the pressure on. Again, Schneider, good look. Another great stop, though, by the Logan goalie. But later in the half, hard to stop this. Schneider finding the freshman. Sater puts in another one. Holmen goes up 3, and talk about making the most out of your varsity debut. 3 goals on the night for Sater. Vikings get the shutout win, 5-0. Staying on the pitch, the Central girls opening up their season tonight in Arcadia. And Grace Wilkerson picking up right where she left off last season. 4 goals on the night for her. All Riverhawks in this one as they make a statement in their season opener, 11-1 the final. On the college diamond, the Eagles stay red hot. UWL playing 2 today on the road in St. Peter, Minnesota. Lacrosse makes it look easy in game 1, a 7-1 victory over Gustavus Adolphus. A 1-2-3 inning for Holmen grad Caleb Maddle in this one. He pitched a clean 7th. Eagles also win game 2 by a final of 12-9 as UWL improves to 13-4 on the season. Well, the Twins opened up the season last week in KC. They split with the Brewers in Milwaukee earlier this week, and now it's time to play in front of the home crowd. Twins at Target Field for the first time this season, playing host to the Guardians. Minnesota down 3 in the 5th until Edward Julian takes one deep the other way. Keeps on carrying for a solo shot. That cuts it to 2. Cleveland would tack one on in the 6th, but in the 7th, Twins get it back. This pitch goes to the backstop. Willie Castro races home, slides in safe. It's 4-2, but in the 8th, Scott Barlow on. He gets 3 consecutive Ks. Twins come up short in their home opener, 4-2. As for the Brewers, they're off today, but they'll be back in action tomorrow night as Milwaukee opens up a 3-game set at home against Seattle. Crews off to a hot start, 4-1 so far. Brewers split their 2-game series against the Twins earlier this week. For the last 56 years, the A's have called Oakland home, but starting next season, that tenure will come to an end. The Athletics will be heading to Sacramento, where they'll play at this ballpark. 3 seasons at Sutter Health Park. The 14,000-seat stadium is currently the home park to the Sacramento River Cats, the AAA affiliate for the San Francisco Giants. The agreement with Sacramento is a 3-year lease with a team option for a 4th season, just in case the team's planned ballpark on the Las Vegas Strip is not completed in time for the 2028 season. And finally, for the 2nd straight season, Iowa's Caitlin Clark has been voted the AP Player of the Year. Clark receiving 35 of the 36 votes. The NCAA Division I career scoring leader is just the 6th player to win the award more than once, just the 5th to win it in consecutive seasons. And a big night tomorrow. Clark and the Hawkeyes will look to get back to the national championship game tomorrow night as they clash with Paige Beckers and those UConn Huskies in the national semifinals. Should be a good one. I cannot wait for this matchup. And you said there's a Wisconsin tie.
That's right. Yeah, Germantown grad KK Arnold was one of the best players in the state when she was coming through high school. Now a clear number 2 underneath Beckers, but that's a loaded UConn squad to take on Iowa.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, every game for Iowa is feeling like a national championship.
I know, it really is.
To beat LSU in the Elite 8,
yeah.
That's probably the toughest game they've had all year. So only gets
fun night for Cade, too. It's his alma mater.
Yeah. Let him off a little early so he can watch it.
All right, that's a good pause. All right. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Buy anything in the store at our Wesco price and get the second item half off. That's right, buy one, get the second for half price with free white glove delivery and setup this month only at Wesco in Sparta.
Whether you are looking for a lake home, a second home, or your first home, let Town & Country Housing introduce you to quality living in our factory-built homes. Town & Country Housing has homes that will meet your style and budget. Tour our model homes and see how spacious and grand living can be. Our homes are built with energy efficiency in mind. You pick your dream home and we take care of the rest. Your dream home is waiting. Start living your best life. Join us this weekend for our open house. Town & Country Housing, Chippewa Falls.
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, the limited time triple pet pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Giant, classic, and mini cup pepperoni? Now that is an expression.
Order the triple pep today.
How about a bite of your lemon blueberry French toast for a bite of my strawberry cheesecake French toast?
This is my last bite.
Try our new ultimate French toast platters, only at Perkins.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. When you're ready to get out and prep your yard for spring, we get you the right products at the right prices. Right now, Rewards members get a free $15 gift card with a $100 purchase of Scotts products. Like Scotts Turf Builder with Halt's Crabgrass Preventer, $69.99 after sale and rebate. Plus, update your spring style with women's Alfred Dunner fashion collections, half price. We get you outdoors because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Got some good advice for you today. If a stranger calls you and tells you you've won a prize, or tells you you're in trouble with the law, or tells you that your grandson is in a Texas jail, hang up. You're being scammed. They're going to eventually ask you for money, and once you give them this money, it's gone. It's gone forever, and nothing can be done. So if you're ever tempted to give one of these folks money, call me, and I'll talk you through the scam, and let's save your money.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Buy anything in the store at our Wesco price and get the second item half off. That's right, buy one, get the second for half price with free white glove delivery and setup this month only at Wesco in Sparta.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Well, who doesn't like some pints and a pizza?
Tonight, the Rotary Club of La Crosse hosted their annual Pints for Polio fundraiser at Big Al's Pizza. The event raises money for the Polio Foundation while offering trivia, pints, and pizza. Rotary clubs have been working to end polio since 1988, and as of last year, there were only 12 cases remaining around the world. One Rotary member said her favorite part of the event is socializing for a good cause.
My favorite part about these events is the socialization that we have, being able to share the purpose of what Pints for Polio is and the purpose of Rotary so that we can continue to fight against polio.
Sounds like there was a great spirit in the room tonight.
Lots of spirit.
Tickets for this year's Pints for Polio were $30, and every dollar raised was tripled by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Good work.
Very good cause. All right, Greg's got a last look at your forecast after this.
See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page. Or find us at news8000.com.
Spring has sprung, the grass has riz. I wonder where the furniture is. At King Furniture, of course.
During our spring clearance event, save an additional 10% off our already low prices. Plus, take advantage of 0% free financing, recliners, sofas, sectionals, dining rooms, and more. With our huge selection of in-stock furniture, low price guarantee, and free delivery, why shop anywhere else?
It's the King Furniture Spring Clearance Sale.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Señor Villa. At Señor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Señor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Señor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
Introducing Ultimate Precision LLC, your trusted partner for precision craftsmanship. From interior to exterior, our expert painters bring life to your vision with impeccable precision. Our masonry and building restoration team breathes new life into the old, preserving history for generations to come. We're the masters of tuck pointing, securing your structure's integrity, one brick at a time. Ultimate Precision LLC, where craftsmanship meets perfection. We're here to deliver the ultimate precision.
The farming industry is an integral part of our community, and it is important to us to help them thrive and grow.
My relationship with Chad has been very special. We've been doing this 20 plus years now, and it's just been a pleasure to work with him. Online banking just makes life so much easier. It's right at my fingertips. I would highly recommend my friends and family to bank with Union State Bank.
Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Pilgrims is growing, and we want you to be part of a successful, stable, and safe company. We're offering higher wages and more pay incentives than ever before. Stop into our recruitment office any day to apply, or walk in on Wednesdays for an immediate interview. Help us feed the world while we provide you a safe work environment, stable and essential employment, and steady pay. Apply at pilgrims.com today or anytime at 502 West Main Street, Arcadia, Wisconsin.
All right, tomorrow we should see more sun, so back to the 50s. That's close to seasonal for both locations. Off and on cloud cover, but still more sun than we've seen. The sun even gets better as we go on to Saturday, but then rain Sunday, and then a lot of questions will come exactly what the cloud cover looks like for Monday's eclipse.
All right, so stay here for the latest.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Thanks for joining us tonight, everybody.
We'll see you tomorrow.